According to reports, Jadon Sancho has accepted personal terms from PSG. A whopper of a wage package. Going to get into that. Manchester United want mega bucks for Jadon Sancho. Reportedly 60 million euros. Massive developments overnight regarding the Jadon Sancho situation. He has made it very, very clear. According to all of reports coming out of last night's news, Sancho wants out and we want him gone. McTominay bid rejected from Napoli and Manchester United in for a cheeky loan offer themselves for Ivan Toney. Have we not had enough with just signing two players last night, officially welcoming Matthias de Ligt and Nusa Masraoui to Manchester United? No, says the Manchester United hierarchy. We are not done yet, and business is booming at Old Trafford right now. All the details on everything that's happened overnight and that has happened early this morning, coming to you right now with your 8 a.m. early morning show here on Forever United TV. Please give a video a like. I want 1,000 likes on the video. As always, guys, thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Make sure that you are up to date with everything Manchester United wise by pressing that subscribe and bell notification button next to it for all of your updates. Get in the live chat right now, guys, and also please do get your comments in if you're playing catch up in the comment section below if the live has finished already. You might have missed out. Wow, guys, honestly, we have got so much to discuss again this morning. I didn't think it could get any busier than what it actually has been at Manchester United, but we'll just keep getting blown away with news after news after news. Last night, honestly, was brilliant because we had serious updates on Manuel Ugarte, which is now looking like it is progressing with the news that we brought you regarding Agent Mendes flown into England to discuss the terms and try and get this deal over the line. Some sources even saying that Ugarte could be done in the next few hours, couple of days. There's all sorts of reports going out there. No smoke without fire, as always. And like we said last night, when agents are involved with United, especially in this transfer window, it usually means that business is getting done and getting done fast. So, past that, obviously, there was a report, and you can see at the bottom of your screen there, we've got a tweet up from the Daily Mail, from the Mail Sport, regarding the situation with Manuel Ugarte and Jadon Sancho, and that is that no deal for Ugarte is going to interfere with Jadon Sancho. Two separate deals altogether. In fact, it reads, any deal that could be struck for Sancho is separate to the one being negotiated between PSG and United for Manuel Ugarte. That came from Simon Jones from the Daily Mail. What is happening with Jadon Sancho right now? Honestly, it is a report started floating around last night. Fabrice Hawkins, Santiona as well. A lot of reports coming over from the French side of things as well regarding Jadon Sancho. Everything was going on with Masraoui and de Ligt last night, but under the radar a little bit, there was more talks of what was going on with Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, this is a report from Fabrice Hawkins and the tweet that went out last night. Jadon Sancho wants to play at PSG. Manchester United asked for 60 million euros. So that's 50 million quid for Jadon Sancho. Personally, start high and then let it come down a little bit. That's all I can think United's approach is for this. Not wanting to put things off. No agreement expected to be reached this week. Not an easy deal, right? No. So, in terms of Jadon Sancho, there is nothing in place at all in terms of agreement between both clubs. We know what Manchester United want according to these reports. The terms in which Jadon Sancho is looking at and he's happy to move to PSG for are reportedly, this came from Santiona. This blew my mind. I'm not surprised Jadon Sancho wants out of Manchester United, but Santiona has said Jadon Sancho always wanted PSG. They offered him a salary of 17 million gross a year, 17 million euros, equating to gross of around about £280,000 a week at PSG. I'm not surprised Jadon Sancho wants out of Manchester United. That news coming from Santiona, that is significant. That is massive. So if the player wants to go, Manchester United wants to get rid of the player, PSG have offered him wages and want the player, then this is moving fast. It all depends now on what happens with the two clubs. Negotiations are closer with Ugarte than they are the opposite way. Sancho to PSG, like the report says there, it's a complicated deal to get done, Jadon Sancho. And you know what? Nobody is really bothered. I mean, if you was to fast forward right now, we'd take a couple of weeks of transfer window speculation, moving and shaking and all of that stuff with Jadon Sancho possibly leaving United, but as long as he ends up going, I think this is the best thing for all Manchester United fans, Manchester United staff, the club, the manager, the player, everything. Everyone knows that this deal has to happen this summer. It has to for Jadon Sancho, the manager, the squad, everybody. It just works in every single way. I'm blown away though, guys. I mean, talk amongst yourselves. 280 grand a week. Is that real? Honestly. Was he that good at Dortmund? Did I miss something? Honestly, I didn't watch every single moment. I guarantee that Jadon Sancho wasn't tearing it up every single minute of his spell on loan at Borussia Dortmund. There are some highlighted moments when everyone's watching the Champions League where Jadon Sancho turned up and looked great. Maybe it is simply because of that moment when Jadon Sancho played a big part in knocking PSG and Luis Enrique out of the Champions League in the semi-final. Maybe it was that moment and Enrique watching from the sidelines, which convinced the manager to push PSG to get Jadon Sancho. You've got to look at it. Sometimes there is a silver lining. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Jadon Sancho going on loan to Borussia Dortmund and having that moment in the semi-final right in front of Luis Enrique's eyes against PSG and convincing the manager that that player is someone I can work with. Like, we all know that technically Jadon Sancho is an outstanding player. He has got things that other players in Manchester United's squad haven't. The difference is with Jadon Sancho is he's got a manager there that does not like him. We are role reversing pretty much with Ugarte not wanted by Enrique and Sancho not wanted by Ten Hag. If you put 2 and 2 together and everyone was in acceptance that this is the best thing for everyone, both parties, players, managers and everything, clubs, then this deal cannot not get done. It has to happen this summer. Enrique wants Sancho. Sancho wants PSG. PSG have offered wages. Terms are agreed on that side of thing. He's happy with the wages. It's the fee. It's the money again. We're at that stage again with United now where we're just negotiating hardball with a big club like it was with De Ligt and Mazraoui as a combined offer. United now are in a position where we just have this one deal left to go. We've got 2 weeks to make it. And I'm sure if other deals happen in this behind the scenes as well, i.e. players leaving, we could possibly bring another midfielder in. But United right now, I think I've got everything they want to have done and now fully concentrating on the actual task in hand, which is getting this midfielder over the line. We need to get this deal done for Ugarte, I feel, or any other of the other midfielders. We know it for our own sake, but how significant is Jadon Sancho leaving Manchester United? It's massive. It's absolutely huge because it gives us the money to make everything else happen. If United are going to hold out for 50 million, good luck to you, is what I say. Good luck to you. Happy hunting in that one. But yeah, it's a bit of a mad one. Maybe the figures aren't totally bang on, but that's what's being reported. And it's, what's the name, isn't it? It's, again, like I said, start high and let them bid you down. That's how it always works. There is some confusion regarding what Jadon Sancho is actually on at Manchester United. The official salary for Jadon Sancho is 250 grand a week. That's official. He's on 13 million a year at Manchester United. He is fourth highest earner. There was a lot about 300, 350. This is not the case. Right now, he is on 250 grand a week. That's the official figure for Jadon Sancho. It has been misconstrued a lot, and people have thought he was on a lot more than what he was on. He's still on ridiculous amounts of money, don't get me wrong, but it is reportedly around about 250. Now, there may be add-ons and bonuses with that, and obviously certain targets met, he gets a bigger wage, but base, that's what he's on apparently. So, it's a case of Manchester United, like we said, positioning themselves now perfectly. We're getting every other bit of business done. Defence sorted, move on to the midfield. We've got 2 weeks now to thrash this out and get this done. And this is where we always wanted to be. Obviously, we wanted everyone done and in before the start of the season, but that never happens. It never happens. Just ask Liverpool. But you guys tell me, what is Jadon Sancho worth? Are we asking too much for Jadon Sancho? Are we asking a little bit too high? Or are we just playing it Are we playing good business here? Are we saying that Jadon Sancho at that price is room for Manchester United to manoeuvre and get down to probably realistically looking 40 million for Jadon Sancho? I always said 30 to 40 was my price. Get him out the door. That was it. But I think I'm just like most Manchester United fans, not expecting much from Manchester United these days when it comes to selling players. Because we all know Manchester United, when it comes to selling players, we get no value for anything, do we? But we have got Ineos in charge right now, and they look at things totally different. They're convincing me all along this summer that things can be done that we didn't expect to be done or could be done. We have 2,300 in the room with us. Thank you, guys. Again, mega numbers, but only 300 likes, guys. I'm sure if everyone in the chat right now is give the video a like, I think it deserves a little bit more for the amount of people that are in. Give the video a like. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you've subscribed as well. We have loads of content coming up and loads planned for the season, guys. You do not want to miss it. So make sure that you are fully subscribed, in, notifications on, loving the content. If you are loving it, just give it a little like. Thank you very much. Martin says, take 40 million and run. I just hope he leaves our club. I don't know if there was ever a United player I hated as much as Sancho. Maybe Di Maria, says Abalon. Yeah, he's up there with the Di Marias. Or is he? Honestly, we're never going to know the whole story. Do you know what? Maybe the Sancho saga will take on a new lease of life when he leaves. Maybe he'll open up a little bit more about what actually happened. We're hearing all of the reports from the United side of thing, and obviously players are pretty much gagged when they're at United, so maybe we'll all change our minds. I think United have kept it under wraps, because if you let something like this spill out, then it would be a disaster for United. It would. But still, let's look at it from the football side of things. Sancho leaving is a good thing for him. Sancho leaving is a good thing for United, and especially Ten Hag, and I think a lot of the fan base. I do. I was talking to Kaz this morning. There always seemed to be that little group of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Marcus Rashford and Sancho. We're splitting up the gang, aren't we? And we're building a new gang in Højlund, Mainu, Garnacho and Ahmad. That's the future. This is the past. This is the old United. The representation there, like that group of three. And you know what? Influence is big. And I think Rashford can be turned the other way, personally. Like Wan-Bissaka and Sancho brought into Manchester United. Rashford knows what it's about. He's come through the academy. Maybe this is the best thing for Marcus Rashford as well. I'm not saying that Wan-Bissaka was a bad egg and a big problem. We know what Sancho is. We know the problems that Rashford has had this season off the back of what's happening with Sancho and everything like that. And then you look across the other side of the changing room and you've got that good vibe happening there. You've got like the Xerxes arriving now. You've got the Mainu, Garnacho, Højlund, Ahmad, the younger generation of Manchester United play. It just feels like it's changing inside Manchester United's changing room right now, and changing for the better. So, yeah, you can just see some of the... I'm not calling them deadwood, but you know what I mean, like the older player that a lot of Manchester United fans thought was holding United back, and now being weaned out, and this new generation of talent coming through at United and being brought in as well through the market, actually moving the culture around to a more positive one at Manchester United. And you know what? I keep saying it, and people keep moaning at me for saying it, but I'm going to keep ramming it down your throats. Credit to Ineos. Moving on, Ineos have apparently turned down a loan offer from Napoli for Scott McTominay. I would as well. Like, seriously, Ineos are not loaning anybody. There is no first-team player at Manchester United, or within the first-team squad, let's say, that's going to be loaned out anymore. Drawing a line under it. Youth players, academy players, yes. First-team squad, no. Out of the door. Permanent deals, moving on, turning a new page. That's what's happening. So anybody who comes in, United's stance on McTominay is they have about 6 or 7 clubs interested in him. They could easily drop their value for Scott McTominay a little bit to make the books balance. This may be why they're actually asking for a bit more with Sancho. Do they feel with communications that we heard last night was happening with PSG over the weekend, which significantly moved to a positive side on Manuel Ugarte, maybe they have picked up onto something conversation-wise with Jadon Sancho, and we can get more money for him. Then maybe dropping or succumbing to that 23, 25 million sort of area for Scott McTominay. If United manage to get what they're thinking of getting for these players, like even if they started at 50 for Scott and it dropped to 40 and you get 25 for Scott, 65 million there added to what we've already sold, United are then looking at over 100 million's worth of sales I can't remember the last time we had a summer where Manchester United made over 100 million in selling players. And not one of the players that we've sold has significantly contributed to Manchester United's first team. No one can tell me that any one of them players that we've sold, like you can argue Cambuala coming in spells, like that's probably the one difference. But a Sancho, a Greenwood, a McTominay, you could argue, yes, he's the one player. Sorry, I should have mentioned him. But still, he's not guaranteed. He's not first choice, is he? We're not selling any first choice players. We're bringing in players that are going to help the first team. This is good business from United. And can you imagine if we actually did sell Sqaud and Sancho? Oh, my days. But where it lies is that Manchester United have definitely turned down the approach from Napoli. It's a no-brainer. It's something that you would expect. It was brought out by Damasio last night. He says, Justin, Manchester United have turned down a loan offer from Napoli for Scott McTominay. As expected, never going to happen. Manchester United will only sell first team squad players this summer if anyone approaches them. And that's why they have got it open. Harry Maguire could come into the equation as well by the end of this window. You just don't know. Like, how often or how many seasons can Harry Maguire keep fighting and keep coming out and saying the same thing? Like, I want to fight for my place at Manchester United. I tell you what, if a bid came in for Maguire, United would sell him. I feel in a heartbeat they would. It's just if someone is going to come in and bid it. I don't think they will, and I think Maguire will be here till next summer. Lindelof, on the other hand, we know United are pushing him out of the door. It was a massive recruitment meeting last night, wasn't it? A lot has happened. By the way, guys, we are almost at 3,000 in the room. That will break... we've already broke records, but 2,900 in the room is amazing. 500 likes only, though. Surely that should be at least at 1,000 now with that many people in the room. Absolutely crazy, guys. Thank you so much for your support and jumping in on the show. I will come to some of the comments in a minute as well. Just wanted to get through the other news which is actually happening. We've covered Sancho. If you are just joining us, he has been offered a mega contract by PSG. United want 50 million for Jadon Sancho. Negotiations and conversations are moving forward with that. It might not happen this week. It's a complex deal, but United and PSG actively moving to sell Jadon Sancho. He wants out of Manchester United. That is where we're at with Jadon Sancho. The wages work out to about 280 grand a week he would get at PSG. And that's what I said at the top of the show. Why would you not want to go on that money? My God. We've got a quick super chat in there from Lee Cape Town. Hi, Adam. How about this? McTominay comes in as a sub against Fulham, scores the winner, and they will come back and pay for him what United want. So Scott McTominay makes an appearance as a sub against Fulham, scores the winner, and then Fulham buy him the next day. It's crazy. We have just passed 3,000 live in the room, guys. Amazing stuff. Thank you so much. Over 600 likes as well. You are killing it, people. I'm going to come to them chats in a minute, but we have got one more other story I want to talk about this morning before we get into the conversation in the live chat, which is Manchester United turning down loan offers but actually offering them as well. There is a story in the Independent today which is Manchester United. I'll read it out. Manchester United could present a loan with an obligation offer to buy Ivan Toney late in the window. That coming from the Independent. That's honestly, like, I have just taken nothing is off the table this transfer window with United. It's an absolute madness. It's an absolute madness that United are in this position right now. It shouldn't be. It should be just what's expected. But we're just not used to it. It's crazy. Ramo, welcome to the Members Club. That gifted by Tom Porter. Thank you. But Ivan Toney on loan. Get your comments in on that. Get your comments in on Jadon Sancho and obviously Scott McTominay as well. Let me know your thoughts on everything that's happening right now. Any other players that you would think United would go for if we are going to get what we want for Jadon Sancho and possibly sell Scott McTominay. Should United invest that into a forward or just get the best two midfielders that are out there available right now and just lock off the midfield and defence in one window? Have we got enough up front is what I'm saying for you guys to invest this money that we could make this summer and put it right into that midfield without bringing any more forwards in? Do we have enough up front? If you could get Honestly, crazy situation right now. But the way that things are talking, this is how people are actually reporting what could happen in the next 2 weeks of the window. De Ligt and Mazraoui sealed off. We know Yoro and Xerxes are in. 4 signings already. According to reports this morning, Manchester United have them 4 players in already. Could sell Jadon Sancho, Scott McTominay, Hannibal Mejbri, Palestre and Victor Lindelof. Bring in an extra, 70-80 million from that. And then go out, buy 2 midfielders, either Zanderberg or Fofana, alongside Ugarte. And then go out and offer a loan with obligation to buy for Ivan Toney. So, United could end up with Fofana, Ugarte and Toney in the side before the end of this window. 7 players in, added to the 4 that have already come in. Yes, it is all if, buts and maybes, but the reports are there. Toney's available. Sancho wants to leave. Zanderberger wants to come. Fofana wants to come. Ugarte wants to come. United in negotiations with everything. We cannot say, after what's happened this summer, that possibility is completely off the table and will not happen. You have to look at it with your eyes open and say, wow, actually, yeah, when you look at it, if they do manage to get deals done, and again, if, I'll make sure on that. But what's been reported, and we get these deals done, all of that is doable for Manchester United. All of that is a huge possibility, and we could have another 3 players in this summer if we hit that loan. Let's not forget, Appleton's just come in yesterday as a loan manager, like we were saying yesterday. Like, we have got jobs everywhere right now. It's like, Ten Hag, what do you want? I need this, this, and this. Okay, Wilcox, let's look at the youth setup and see what's happening there. What can we grab in from youth academies and whatever that could probably develop and turn into a sale in a few years' time? You've got Ashworth doing his bits from his contact book, Barada sorting out the contracts and making it work financially for Manchester United. Let's not forget about Vivel and what he can bring and the communications-wise for the development of players and attracting them players in. Oh, if you want a loan, by the way, we've got Appleton now who can sort that out for you as well. Zero excuse, 100% profit, 100% progress. Manchester United moving forward in ways that I just did not even think was possible before this window opened. And again, a big up on Ineos for what's going on right now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but it is brilliant. I only have to look across to my mate over there on Anfield Agenda, Craig, doing his nut right now and everyone memeing him up for it. Liverpool having a horrible win. Stop laughing. Never laugh at another's misfortune. But it is Liverpool, so yeah, we can have a giggle to ourselves. I'm only this confident because of what's happened. Like 4 players in and the possibility with 2 weeks to go for Man United to do more work. That is why I am the way I am and sort of like a bit more bullish than what I normally would be. But honestly, it has given me immense amounts of confidence going into this season. What Manchester United have done in this window and what we could still do. Like, I'm not even counting out a January transfer window right now and what United could possibly get out of that. There is so much that United are working on right now, and it just excites me. So, right, this is your moment, guys. For the last few minutes, we are doing the comments section. We have over 3,200 in the room with us right now. Keep your comments coming in. Keep your likes coming in as well, guys. Over 700 in the bag already. Let's see if we can get 1,000 while we're live. That would be immense. Okay, Ivan Toney will be a good deal, but if only it is not involving on gambling anymore. Of course it wouldn't be. I think Sancho will definitely go this season. I can't see the United of today putting up with him, as in Ineos being in, Andrew. Yeah, I totally agree with that. It feels like it's different, doesn't it? Our young players need to go out on loan and bring in the cash. It can be quite lucrative. Look, that's what will be happening from now on, Belvinder. 100% Manchester United now with Wilcox in place and what we're doing in this youth setup, the contracts that these youth players are on, we can actually start making money like, say, Chelsea and City both do in that market and helping United move forward. If they're not good enough to make the first team, make what money you can and move them on. It's the way that we should have been running, but we've never done it. Sean says, imagine the meltdown if we turn them over properly in 3 weeks. Oh, God, yes, mate. That being Liverpool. Shame we have some injuries going into that game. Scouse meltdown. It will be an absolute meltdown if we batter them. We are so due for actually battering Liverpool. Every time they beat us, they absolutely tonk us. And when we beat them, it's one of them close games, them nail-biting games. I would love it just to be a role reversal and us absolutely smash Liverpool to pieces. If you could sell 5 and bring in 3, what you thinking, Adam? Buzzing for Friday. This may end up as the best window I've ever seen. Very true, Jordi. 5 out of the 5 that we mentioned. Palestri, Hannibal, Victor, Sancho, McTominay. 3 in. I would go with Zanderberger, Ugarte, and if we can, TONEY. Yes, I would bring TONEY in. If there was an opportunity to bring Ferguson in, I'm stuck with that one because we've got 2 young forwards already. Do we want another one? Would it benefit them and help them progress more if you've got an experienced player there for a few years in Ivan TONEY? Yes, it would. How many young players do we need? Let's not forget, we've got Ethan Wheatley coming through as well. He could develop into that next Evan Ferguson. I would stay clear of Ferguson and just bring an experienced striker in to help 2 young strikers that are already there, 23 and 21 in Højlund and Xerxes, and then bring Wheatley through. Would that make more sense? So bringing the experienced striker is what I would say. I'm not that optimistic. I expect a draw. Oh, God. There's always one in there. Beyond in the chat, how does it feel having a small town watching you, Adam? 3,200 people is pretty wild. It's mega, mate. Absolutely buzzing with it. Blown away, in fact. And do you know what? It just goes to show, doesn't it? Like, a bit of hard work, a bit of consistency, just being honest and talking to people and involving other people. It's our channel. It's not just mine. Everybody who comes on FUTV wants to be part of something and wants to get involved in the conversation, and that's what we're doing right now. Goals for George says, if United get rid of Eriksen, Hannibal, Sancho, Lindelof and buy Amrabat, Ugarte, Toney, Fofana and Zanderberger, we don't need to bother with January and next season transfer season. Only work on sales. That's a lot. So you want to bring in Amrabat, Ugarte, Toney, Fofana and Zanderberger. Maybe a bit of a push. I agree with you, Adam, about the 3 to come in. I really like Zander. It is actually a, what's the name, isn't it? It's a debate regarding, like, Ugarte I think everyone's on with at the right price. It's a debate between Fofana and Zanderberger, isn't it? I mean, I don't think any of them two, if they come in with Ugarte, are going to be first choice players for Ten Hag. I think they're going to be part of the first team squad, but I don't think they're going to be starting games. But we've said it all along, he needs to rotate his squad. And when you've got numbers like that and players of that quality in, then you're talking, it is doable. Like top 4 and a trophy. If we get them 3 players in, top 4 and trophy, that's my target. Like top 4, I would have taken. And I was asked a question on United View the other day, actually, like, would you take Europa League and 5th? I would, yeah. Just get back in the Champions League. That's all that matters this season. Get back in the Champions League, and windows like this will keep happening for Manchester United. That's what's important right now. Amrabat is still listed as a player on United's site. And no, Reaper, I've seen that as well. They've even just removed his number after announcing the lit. You believe the deal is still on. Amrabat, honestly, I think he's way down the list right now. I think as I look at it, more and more, there are other options for Manchester United. There are other options. I feel like we are in a position where we just need to look at what players are going to give us something extra. If Ugarte comes in, it's pointless bringing in Amrabat because it's the same player and you've already got Casemiro there. It makes no sense. Zanderberger and Fofana give you a little bit something different in midfield, and that's where I think United would go. We have some super chats to come in. Guys, I've just pinned the United Couple podcast. Episode 16 is out now. It's live in the chat. Click on that link. That's our other side channel with the podcast Talking United and behind the scenes of FUTV. Please do go and give it a watch. Me and Kaz on there talking Manchester United transfers of history gone past, and an interesting game of rock, paper, scissors on the best United 11 over the last 10 years. Go and have a watch of it and let us know what you think. That's up there now. That link is in the live chat, guys. Let's get through some super chats that are in now. Okay, first of all, the Sleeping Giant is awake. That from Tom Porter. Thank you, Tom. That was after gifting a membership as well. Black Sheep says, Murto would accept a loan and still pay wages for Scott McTominay. Yeah, you're right. It would. It's completely changed, hasn't it? Glenn in with another super chat says, after last night's results, can see a reunion with Jose coming in the Europa League. Was it right? The playoffs were last night, weren't they? For the Champions League. So yeah, I know Rangers got knocked out. I'll have to check up on that. Thanks for that, actually, Glenn. You just reminded me. I do need to look into that. We got Great with a super contribution as well. Thank you for that, mate. And there's the man himself, Nubian, is back in again with £100 super chats. What a legend. Thank you so much, mate. Fantastic update and news. Nubian, I love you, my man. Thank you so much to all the super chatters there, especially Nubian again with such a significant contribution. You are an absolute legend of the channel. My man, thank you so much. Jay says, Adam, you have gone from strength to strength after leaving United Stand. Keep up the hard work. Thank you, mate. Love comments like that. Really appreciate it. And to get numbers like over 3,000 live is pretty significant, guys. I am just going to make this channel bigger and bigger and bigger, and bring in more people, do more work. And by the way, guys, like the watch along channel that we are using this season, the link is in the description. I'm going to get some of my mods to put it up in the chat as well now. I want to get more people involved in the shows as well. If you are at the game, do come over and have a chat with us. We'll get you one. If you want to be part of FUTV, then come over and see us outside Old Trafford. You know where we stand, just outside the East Stand to the right of the Trinity statue as you look at the stadium. That's where we are always there. And yeah, we are definitely moving forward, guys, and want more. And we want more. We want more people. Gray said, my super chat was meant to ask Adam if we got Delict from Ajax. If you know, you know. Make sure you write the right description when you're doing a YouTube video, guys. Great. Legend, mate. Love that. There is the link for TIFO as well, guys, in the chat from Tom. But yeah, all the instructions are in the description of this video, guys. We have just passed over 1,000 likes in the video. We have a new partner in football prizes as well. At the moment, we are raffling off a signed Kobbie Mainoo, frame signed Kobbie Mainoo shirt, along with a Michael Carrick, a Sofian Amrabat, and a signed Bruno Fernandes boot as well. The link to football prizes is in the description, guys. If you want to have your chance for as little as £3.99 to win that, our partner at Football Prizes is launching that runs out on Monday evening, guys. So make sure you get in and get your ticket for that. With another 16 prizes to also win instantly as well, guys. But that, for now, is our show done, guys. All I've got left to say is massive thank you for breaking all records again. Over 3,200 in the room. Over 1,000 likes live as well. Mega super chats, new members, contributions, mods. Everyone has done a spectacular job, guys. That is our morning show all finished. I'll be back at 12 as always, guys, with your updates live again. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming out with Manchester United. These stories that we've talked about this morning: Sancho to PSG, Ugarte to Manchester United, a loan turned down for Scott McTominay, and Manchester United putting a cheeky little loan offer in on Ivan Toney. More details to come at 12 o'clock lunchtime, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you've got that bell notification on. You won't miss a thing. And I leave you with 20 times Man United. Could we be any closer to making this song non-existent anymore and it being 21? We will see. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all at 12 o'clock.